It's fantastic. A glorious mix of all the things I love, smiles Zoe, 47. We have a real laugh. It's all quite random at times with our guests, but I love the mix of acts. The other week we had a drag queen on, Rebecca Front, Dominic Brunt from Emmerdale and the band Ash, but it's so much fun. The show, which has been well received since it started in April, introduced a brand new segment last Sunday, Zoe Ball's Book Club, in association with Specsavers, which sees Zoe talk to a celebrity guest each week about their thoughts on a chosen time. Run by the same team behind Richard and Judy's successful book club, the mini-series is on for 10 weeks and will include novels such as Ruth Jones' Never Greener and Rowan Coleman's The Summer of Impossible Things. The public is also being invited to share their thoughts, and it's hoped that talking about the books on air will inspire viewers to get reading. I have never been a member of a book club myself, but I love wandering around a bookshop and I love reading, says Zoe, who lists the old classics as some of her own favorite novels. You get lost in the characters, and I do find reading is a great way to switch off. I hope our conversations on television will inspire people. Reflecting on her long career, which has seen her work on many shows including The Big Breakfast and Radio 1, Zoe confesses she feels lucky to still be in such a strong position in the notoriously fickle world of television. I do feel really grateful to be working still, admits the star, who now hosts her own Radio 2 show on Saturday afternoons and was most recently on our screens in BBC One's The Big Family Cooking Showdown. After her chat show finishes in August, she'll have a fortnight off before heading back to BBC One to present Strictly. It Takes Two as usual. It gives me a bit of time off, as It Takes Two is full on. But I do love that, smiles Zoe, who also competed in Strictly back in 2005. Around now you get all the rumors of who is going to be on Strictly, but I don't find out until September. I'm just glad to know who the dancers are, as I was starting to get a bit anxious as to who would be back. Brendan will be really missed this year though, she adds, referring to professional Brendan Cole, whose contract wasn't renewed for the 2018 series. Zoe is upbeat and animated as she chats to Saturday Magazine, and it's clear that she started a new chapter in her life after a traumatic couple of years. In 2016, she split from her husband, Norman Cook, with whom she has 2 children, Woody, 17, and Nellie, 7. She then started dating Billy Yates. However, the TV cameraman sadly took his own life in May 2017. She's since found love with businessman Michael Reed, and while she prefers not to dwell on her personal life, Zoe says it's important not to give up. Woody and I were talking about our little philosophy on life the other day and how, if you give a little love, it does come back to you. You just have to keep going through the rough times, she says, adding, my children are great and they blow my mind with how brilliant they are. They are so positive and funny. She says she is thrilled to have completed her epic sport relief cycle ride, pedaling over 300 miles to raise awareness about mental health following Billy's death, which was documented in the show Zoe Ball's Hardest Road Home. It was great and I learned an awful lot about mental health doing it. I am so grateful to have been given that opportunity. She still cycles in her spare time, but before taking on another huge challenge, she's enjoying some much-needed downtime. These days, that means pottering around in her garden, tending to her roses, a far cry from her former life as a 90s party girl. I do feel like I have a bit of a schedule going now. Time for work, time for the kids, time to read, and a bit of time to myself, says Zoe. I feel very great.